Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. So in today's video, I have a couple of things I need to do. One of which is I need to harvest my string beans. I have some stringless string beans that I planted over the trellis, and I really want to harvest them because I'm really hoping that I'll get another flush of beans from that trellis before the frost hits, because you know when the frost comes, beans can take a little bit of a frost, but then after too many frosts, they are gone. So I really want to harvest these things, and I want to show you around the garden, show you some things that I've planted for the fall. I recently went through and just got rid of all my spring and summer crops and just put in all my fall crops. I'm finding that when you put in raised garden beds, at least for me, that it takes a lot of effort to get that soil to a level of where I want it to be. So I know it's going to be a process and it's not going to happen overnight. It's so exciting to start over with raised garden beds and not have to bend down anymore. I was contemplating getting a earth garden, but then I said, nah, I don't want to do that because I don't really want to bend way down anymore. I really like the luxury, and it is a real luxury to be able to plant things and not have to bend down, and especially the ones back there, because I can just sit on the side and plant things, or if I want to sit there and drink a cup of coffee in the morning, I can do that too. So first I'm going to harvest my stringless string beans, and then I'm going to give you a tour of the garden. So come on, let's go. Here that I need to harvest, and I'm hoping that these are the stringless green beans. So if I go ahead and pick these now, even though they're looking a little rough around the edges, I may get some more before the frost comes. Okay everybody, this is my bean harvest. All the beans that I picked from the bean trellis here. So I'm hoping I'll get one more big batch of beans before the frost sets in. We're gonna start the tour over here. I have Swiss chard growing in here. Oh, it looks so delicious, doesn't it? So this is the rainbow Swiss chard, and then I have some turnips growing in here. I have some peas growing here, hoping that they will do something before the frost comes and kills them. So I don't know, the jury's still out on that. And this is a potato plant. I did not plant this here, it just popped up. It had to be in the soil somewhere. You know, sometimes you think you harvest all your potatoes and you realize that when one of them starts shooting up that you left it there. So this is a squash plant that I planted in a container. Got one squash growing right there, maybe another one coming right there, so we'll see how that goes. Over here I have a baby Bubba okra plant. This is one of those small okra plants, and I do have some okras trying to grow under there. Over here is where I did the previous video where I planted some bunching onions, some arugula, some I want to say cilantro, and some more lettuce here. This is my rose bush. This is a climbing rose bush that's supposed to climb from here to the other side. Let me come around here so you can see just how pretty this rose bush is. Isn't that beautiful? That is so gorgeous. I cannot imagine this trellis being covered with these beautiful roses. So I can't wait until it really starts to grow like I imagine it in my mind. Now over here are the 3 bins that I built, and this used to be flat beds that were way much closer to the ground. I want to say like earth beds, and I just changed it around and just raised them up. So over here are my collards, and we'll get a closer look. Most of these are Morris heading collards. Now in the South, we refer to them as cabbage collards. I do have some damage right here and right here, but I know as the cold weather comes, I won't have to worry about this much, but I may come out and spray some neem oil on this to see if I can help to control whatever it is that's eating the holes in there. And then over here I have about 5 tree collards. I never planted them before, so I'm curious to see how they're gonna do. And as you can see, I started putting wheat straw around as mulch. Just didn't finish it yet, but that's what that is. Let me swing around here to the other side. So collards on this side, cauliflowers on this side. I do have some here that are called cheddar, and these are some that I bought from my local nursery, so I can't wait to see how those are going to do. I never had the cheddar cauliflowers before, and I think they're doing pretty good. I am going to come in and put some type of cover over these cauliflowers. All of these crops are cold tolerant. Here in the South, our temperatures get to be cold, but we don't have the extreme like below 20 degrees type temperatures here. We will get below freezing, but not that far below freezing. Now over here, this is what I call my kale patch. So I do have some blue curl Scotch kale, some lacinato kale, some Russian kale here. Isn't that beautiful? This is dazzling blue kale, and you notice it does have purple stem. It has some purple veins going through it. You know, it does kind of remind me a bit, just a little bit of the lacinato kale, only it just has that purple veining that this lacinato doesn't have. So I have this kale, and then I also have some 1,000-head kale. Now the 1,000-head kale I really love because it gets really big, like your typical collard plant. Looks a bit different because the leaves are a bit serrated around the edges. But this is a really, really beautiful kale. I have to say that I am loving the raised garden beds because I don't have to worry about the rabbits eating my crops, because when they're little like this, I had a hard time trying to keep the rabbits from eating them up when they were small, so I would have to cover them with fabric cloth and then take them off when they got bigger, because I found that a lot of the times the rabbits don't like to eat them when they get bigger. So now I don't have to worry about any of those things. So now this section here, I am going to show you at a later date. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little tour of my garden. I'm gonna bring you back, show you how it's doing over time. So I planted just about everything I wanted to plant. I do have some garlic that I ordered, and it is being shipped as we speak. So I'm gonna come back and plant the garlic to harvest for next year. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.